What's up guys, Larry Chen here. Welcome to another episode of Hooning and Autofocus. I got my good friend Matt Field here. Hi.
Hello.
We are at Adams Motorsport Park in Riverside. He brought out his brand new street drift build.
Street, right? You know, street, yeah.
If you guys have watched all of the Drift Week videos that I've been putting out on all of these cars, you guys are probably tired of me explaining what it is, but I still have to explain what Drift Week is. So you've done so many different types of racing. You've done off-road racing, you've done go-karts too, right?
Some karting stuff, some quarter midgets, some like off-road quad racing, so lots of stuff.
But you've heard of Hot Rod Drag Week, right?
Of course.
I'm gonna say this again. I say this in every single video that we've been doing today. I've spent many days following Hot Rod Drag Week.
Yeah.
I have 2 covers and countless features in Hot Rod magazine from that event. This event is similar in that I call Hot Rod Drag Week like endurance drag racing, right? So it's 5 days, 5 different tracks, and you have these legit now 5-second cars.
Oh yeah.
4,000 horsepower that run, you know, 2 fuel tanks, 2 sets of injectors.
Specifically built for
Exactly.
the week-long thing, not just drag cars, but
Right.
yeah, absolutely.
So this is the drift version, but the difference is you guys don't make one pass. You guys make hundreds of passes.
All day.
All day until you run out of tire or light or both or whatever, or you break.
Or your car breaks.
Or your car breaks. And that's kind of the fun thing about it. It's almost like it's not a competition. It's just kind of friends hanging out. So you guys started with 13 cars. It's still close to that number.
Right.
But you had some issues with your car too recently, right?
Yeah, so yesterday, and my car's been flawless. I probably did more laps than anybody, no issues, burned more tires than anybody, and then all of a sudden, the torque tube blew up, like the drive shaft inside of it. And on a Corvette, that's not like, aw shucks, be back in 10 minutes. That's like, we're pretty much screwed. So it was a serious fix, to say the least.
So, I mean, you showed me a little bit before off camera, but what actually happened? Like, there was some damage here. Let's go on the other side here. This is so crazy to me.
Here, get the door. There you go.
This is unreal. Like, this is not normal at all.
This is where the torque tube is, right? And the shifter is bolted to the torque tube, and the drive shaft's inside of that, because the gearbox is in the back on a Corvette. We were in second gear drifting, and when the drive shaft exploded in the torque tube, it exploded so much that the shifter broke off and broke my radio.
What?
Straight up. You can see the cracked glass. Like, how's that? And it was in second gear. It was way back here. Like,
It's a good thing your hand wasn't on the shifter.
it would probably really have hurt, for sure. But like inside here, you can tell like this is not just your average drift car. Full interior, radio, we have our iPad mouse, we're watching movies on one and navigating on the other. Cruise control, like it's all factory, and power windows. We did that so that we could do this long journey because we have close to 2,500 miles on this car with drifting.
So that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
So you got normal events, or you got events like Hot Rod Drag Week where they drive about 1,000 miles on these drag cars. These guys are taking it to the next level, and so you started in Austin. And I couldn't imagine, like, what does drift miles count? You know, that's probably even way more. So, I mean,
and that's the thing, I did my odometer, because all that stuff still works on this car. I reset it, and it's like 2,200 miles right now, and then that's drifting and the driving.
Okay. Yeah. So how is this actually to drive on a road trip like this?
Dude, it's a little bit loud, but realistically, it's not bad. Like, once you have the radio on and you turn the heater on and you have the windows up, there's not a lot of wind noise. The cruise control, 100 miles an hour, 20 miles per gallon, sailing, chilling, relaxing. It's not bad.
So you fixed that transmission, or you fixed the drive shaft?
Last night, we found parts in Phoenix, got delivered to Tucson. We had buddies who had a shop, and we busted ass and got this thing done in like 3 hours, something like that, which is even a record for me. That is straight split open. Yeah. So definitely not good. Thank you boys so much for delivering those parts. You saved our asses. We hit the road at like 9 p.m., got to Odie's house, because we stayed at Odie's house last night, way too late, and we're here this morning, ready to drive.
Just unbelievable. Like the dedication, there's no award at the end of this.
No, yeah, no one cared. No one even cared that we came back. People were like, "Oh, hey, Matt," and we're all like, "Yo, we did it!" Yeah. And
That's the
like,
thing is you survived almost. You're coming to the end. Potentially you'll survive Drift Week.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope 2 more after tonight. 2 more.
All right. So tell me about this build though. Like this is a street build, but you still have a full cage in it?
Yeah, so to do drift events in tandem, at least that stuff that's not Drift Week, you have to have a full cage. So we had to do a full cage, but we wanted to keep all the interior because this is a street car, right? It has a 500 horsepower Texas Speed LS2 that was put together by my dad, all Texas Speed components.
Let's check out the motor.
The best thing about a Corvette is that it comes with an LS. So you can see there's nothing crazy here, right? Like this is factory, this is factory, this is factory, right? Like factory. Just upgraded bolt-on parts, K&N intake, CNR radiator, like simple stuff, and it makes 500 to the wheels, so you can't really complain.
Right, because this is the motor that basically everyone takes out to put into their drift car.
Yeah, E36s, 240s.
What a crazy idea that it actually comes with that LS.
Less work, more driving. That's the goal.
I have a feeling that somebody's gonna leave in the comments, oh man, why did you swap an LS into it?
Or when are you gonna put a 2J in it? Yeah.
Yeah, or that. But that is cool. Okay, so it's reliable. At least you haven't had any motor issues.
Yeah, the thing has been super solid for sure. What's awesome about this is like, these are all my race car panels, right? So, because I have my competition car, then I have this as my street car, and then I have a C5 as my beater. So the parts just get passed down from the competition car to the street car. So all the suspension is old Part Shop Max race car stuff, like first generation. The body panels are all Kevlar stuff that were blown out from the race car, and I put it on this, and you know, overall it's a fairly inexpensive car for how much driving you get out of it.
Wow, so what other parts do you have on here?
Let's see. So you guys saw the interior a little bit. But we did a cage, like full FD legal cage, even a little bit above and beyond what's FD legal. But we put all the carpet back into it. Underneath, it's Part Shop Max, every arm pretty much, all adjustable Part Shop Max suspension, Part Shop Max triple adjustable coilovers, like literally race car onto here, might as well. Just a couple of like aero things, like old panels from the race car, old wing from the race car.
The crazy thing is this actually has a lot of storage, so you can actually put all your luggage in here.
And this thing is completely packed, like all the way up, because we have a full Boxo toolbox, like tool rollaways, all of our luggage, jack stands, fluids, like spare parts, everything goes in the car.
So you got some nice bucket seats in there?
Yep, so that's the only thing that didn't come from the race car. Yeah, I reached out to Cobra and I was like, hey, I'm building this, I need something decent, and they were like, okay, we have some old Takata seats, and I was like, oh, those are sick, send those over.
So
and
this is actually the first outing then for this?
So the first like trip for it, I did Winter Jam, and I do all my training day stuff with Odie in it. So I've driven a lot of laps, but I don't really take it out all that much. You know, it just kind of goes from the shop to the racetrack, and before it was my daily, and then once I did all this, I stopped daily driving it. So this is the first time that I've been driving around and literally driving around everywhere.
So this, wow, this is crazy for a street car.
So because we wanted to have the cage and have it as much room as possible, I removed the factory door panels, and then I built some door panels. Like, still has the power window switch and all of that, but I had to build it sheet metal so that it would clear the door bars.
So does this still have climate?
Yeah, so it had AC, working AC, but I took it out before this trip because I knew I wouldn't need it, and the AC interferes with you working on a couple of things, and I knew that if I was stuck out in the middle of nowhere, I didn't want that interference. So I took it off and I saved it, and I could put it back on if I want to, because literally everything works. Like the heater, the controls, like feet, defrost, all that stuff works.
That's great. Awesome. Tell me about the wheels.
Yeah, and more trickle down from the race car. Like, these are the race car wheels. I'm planning on getting new rotiforms for the race car this year. So I figured, why let these just sit on the shelf? Might as well put them on this. And I had like one-piece rotiforms, the same style, on this car, and took those and put it on my C5. So literally the trickle down.
You know what my favorite thing about this? eco-friendly, this guy. Recycles everything, doesn't throw anything away, doesn't sell it, reuse to the end of the earth until it disintegrates.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't sell cars. I literally crunch them up and throw them away because I've just beat the crap out of them. That's how it goes.
Well, thank you so much for showing us
Thank
your
you,
build.
Colin, Larry.
I
Thank you.
love that this is the ultimate street drift car, and it's going to survive Drift Week. Very cool.
Fingers crossed.
That's a wrap.